Hi, I'm Larry Urey. Billionaires are almost too easy of a target for a satire like my novel, The Rapture Button. They're so weird. In their religion of money, too much is never enough, and they think they can do anything they want. Let me read a little bit from The Rapture Button to better introduce Loyal Boyle and Royal Boyle, the novel's Billionaires. They enter the chrome and leather tube of the passenger cabin to find Loyal Boyle and Royal Boyle bent over a laptop computer, engaged with LBN's live broadcast of the interview, which is taking place outside. Curled in the seats behind them, their wives, the twins Cherry and Sherry, file nails and cultivate boredom. Mrs. Strong, Royal greets Ruth. It's been a while. How are Fred and the children? Mr. Boyle, Ruth flusters. We don't have any. We paying that man of yours enough? Loyal pries genially. You flew in to hear Sam's speech? Hannah asked Royal. Audit our investment, Loyal supplies. Sam's not an investment, Hannah snaps. My brother is referring to Moses University, Ms. McKenna, Royal hastens to correct. How much of it did you pay for? Hannah challenges. Whole freaking place. Loyal pats his knees rather loudly. Heeding the call, Cherry abandons her absorption with her nail file, sidles between Ruth and Hannah, nestles obligingly into his lap, and pokes her gravity-defying breasts into his rumpled shirt. Hannah inquires of the Boyles. Is the university meeting your expectations? Expectations? Loyal drifts, his attention distracted by Cherry's nubility. She is 30 years younger than her husband. Her body responds subtly to his touch. Moses, you. Don't seem enough is ever enough, Loyal critiques. His hands travel Cherry's lightly tanned arms. Faculty recruitment has been disappointing, Royal divulges. He folds his Washington Testament newspaper and tucks it beside his hip in the seat. His eyes meet Hannah's briefly. His smile settles in. We dangled a Jesus-loving fortune, Loyal whines. Offered substantial sums for Nobel Prize-winning professors, Royal adds. Substantial $10 million freaking dollars a year and benefits, and state-of-the-art facilities. Any damn toy they could dream up, but unfortunately turned us down, the crappers, like we're dirty, or we remain hopeful that with the right mix of incentives, the hell, what's hot about a Nobel laureate? While Loyal says this, he is grinning widely at what is hot about his wife. Cherry wraps her arms around his neck. One of his hands rests on the skin bared when the flexing of her legs draws her hem up her thigh. Hopeful that Nobel laureates can be persuaded to join our faculty, Royal finishes. His suave voice doesn't entirely hide his indignation at the snubbing Moses University has received from elite professors. Boyle Brothers' litany of rant rouses Sherry and Cherry into overdrive. Sherry slinks her mobile hips out of her seat and nestles on Royal. A promise Cherry whispers to Loyal morphs his aspect from consternation to expectation. She teases his white Stetson from his head, crushes it prettily on her golden locks, and plants a red angel blow of lipstick on his bald dome. They award Nobel Prizes in Bible study, Hannah wonders. Who cares what it's in? Loyal tickles the underside of Cherry's leg and beams at her wriggle and giggle. What are you getting for your investment? Hannah asked. Well-trained, highly motivated, eager college graduates who are happy to toil for boiled oil, Royal answers contentedly, while Sherry snuggles in, her long hair bearding his face with sunny cascades. And spend their lunch hours praying, Loyal murmurs from beneath Cherry. And marry women, Ruth adds acidly, who'll make babies and clean house. The word babies and clean house provokes shivers of revulsion in Cherry and Sherry. They body more intently against their men. Look at this, honey, Sherry says to Royal. From a small silvery shopping bag, she produces an object made of 3 triangles of snakeskin patterned silk, each approximately the size of a basil leaf, connected by strings hardly thicker than a spider web. Is that a necklace? Ruth asks. A bikini, Sherry's answer comes with a giggle. Now I'd like to share a few more thoughts about the problem of billionaires. I haven't been able to memorize this, so I'm just going to read it. Bear with me. Christians depict God as an old white guy who owns literally everything. A billionaire's dream. Billionaires are so isolated from everyday life that many of them believe the ordinary rules don't apply to them. For too long now, they have been right. They live as they please. They use their money to underwrite the careers of politicians who win election by whipping up the religious and racial prejudices of Republican voters while promising to give ordinary people tax relief and better opportunities that never actually happen. According to Confucius, the beginning of wisdom is to call things by their proper name. No one in American political life today is doing this. Liberal politicians may talk about income distribution, but they never come right out and say, we are in a class war with 1% of our population on one side and the other 99% on the other, and the 1% is winning. Once we start thinking about politics as class warfare, we'll be able to devise plans to win. One convenient thing about money is that it can be taken away. Taxation is a handy example. Use of the tax code to redistribute wealth is an accepted power of government. The Republicans have done it again and again by giving big tax cuts to the most wealthy citizens. Leading left-wing politicians propose an annual wealth tax of 3% of the assets of super-rich people. This is too timid. It takes too long. The billionaires and their army of lobbyists would have too much time to figure out ways to get around it. An immediate, one-time tax of 99% on the rich would be more like it. 1% of $1 billion is $10 million. That ought to be enough for anyone. The rich folks could still afford their secluded lives of debauchery and privilege, while everyone else enjoys the fruits of the wealth that working people's labor has put in the economy. We need to cut the billionaires down to size while we still can. The Rapture Button, available now on Amazon. Thank you.